Why, hello dear viewer. My name is Dark Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. No wait, scratch that. It's Deep Dog Proletarian here again, because I'm always here. It's one thing that's guaranteed at least, in this ever-changing world. Well, today we'll be taking a controversial look at Silksong. Well, as controversial as it can get with an unreleased Metroidvania game made by some Australian dudes. Today we will be taking a look at Silksong's potential problems. But shortly before we talk about this, let me also thank you for 300 amazing subscribers. That's a big number. 300, I mean that's like 3 and 2 zeros. That's honestly incredible. That's, yeah, an incredible number in such a short time. I don't know how long my channel is, like here, a few months I think, maybe half a year or something, maybe a bit more. And we've already hit 300 subscribers. I mean, that's more than I could have ever expected. I am mind blown. Also, if you want to get some recap information on Silksong, I will leave 2 links to a summary of available Silksong knowledge in the description below. So you can just look at that if you want to. One goes a bit more in depth than the other one, but both of them are pretty good sources. One is a bit older, I think, but well, whatever. You can just decide for yourself. So, now, this video is not going to be groundbreaking of sorts. I mean, you've probably already thought about potential problems or maybe discussed with some other fans what problems Silksong might have. But it might be a damper on potential Silksong praisals before the game is out. You see, the world isn't such a happy place. People dying, children crying, my channel lying, it's all part of the grand scheme. So before you buckle up your cowboy hats and go telling me, hey partner, stop that anti-Silksong behavior, let me raise my objection in defense. I am not on the run to mock Silksong or weaken its positives. I am merely providing a pillow for a hard fall some of you might have when the game releases. Is it going to be great? Most definitely. Is it going to be a 100% perfect game? Probably not. So without any further ado, let's look at some potential strong points which might damage the Silksong bastion. Number 1, the death system. Now, this point I have heard many times in the fandom discussion zones. It's practically the game's most discussed point by now, aside maybe the lore. What is meant here? You see, in the first game the death system was a bit different from most games nowadays. Instead of you just reloading your last spawn point, the main character, the knight, left behind after his demise a shadow, also called his shade. Quoting the wiki here, when the knight dies, a shade appears in or before the room they died, holding all geo that was lost. Until it is killed, the knight's soul meter is broken, limiting it to 66 charge. In effect, the player had to go to its last death point to secure his geo back. If he died before defeating his shade, all his geo was lost. You could retrieve it from Confessor Gigi. Giving her a rancid egg, she would spawn your shade in his cave, or in her cave, making it easier to kill it. This was especially helpful if the player died in a boss room, because you would have to attempt to kill the boss in order to also get your shade back somehow. For some this was really tedious, for others it was a welcoming change to the custom of death and spawn cycles they knew from other games by now. Silksong, on the other hand, seems to have a similar system. Hornet does not leave behind a shade, but a silk cocoon. If broken, it will refuel your silk bar, you know, on the top left corner, specifically 8 notches of it. Hornet does not seem to be as hindered as the knight was in the previous game. People have also talked and discussed the implications of this in massive forum discussions, which were often pretty exhausting to read. I mean, holy crap, it was often like lengths, it could fill books, entire book pages. It was kinda boring. Many still think it's a tedious system because if you lose your rosaries, except if you maybe have a string or something, or if you need to break the cocoon for some other in-game tool to come back, then it will be just as tedious as in the last game. You would need to defeat the boss in his room first, since you can't escape from it, and then you can use all your things again. The specifics of this system are still debated, and it could be a point of contention when the game will finally come out. Tell me your thoughts about this in the comments below. Number 2, the quest system. A few people in the Hollow Knight fandom have expressed their concern upon the quest system and how it will work out in the finished experience. Many are missing to see a point for it. Are there specific rewards given by completing a quest, perhaps shards or rosaries or an item? Are they relevant to the lore or just a distraction? Will they hinder you from experiencing certain parts of the game early on? How long do you have to walk to a quest spot for a certain type of area? How many quests will there be? and so on and so forth. Obviously, a new element can be scary. How effectively the quests are and how well they are received depends largely on the developers working on them. Simple fetch quests can get boring really quickly. Some boss quests might be fun, others might be really annoying. A potential escort mission can get really awful with shitty AI. In the end, it's debatable, and we will just have to wait and see. Number 3. Unanswered questions. Now, this one is perhaps too many really important. A striking point that could go on forever and ever in fandom servers is whether or not Knight Silksong will answer some important questions from the last game. Everybody has probably got some questions left from the last game. If Silksong fails to answer some of them, oh boy, there could be some arguing. This doesn't necessarily mean that the game is going to be bad. Perhaps they might even answer the questions in another third game or expansion or books or whatever. Just that people are perhaps expecting answers that they won't get. But that again is only solved once Team Cherry dropped the bomb, so to speak. Yeah, that was maybe a bit of a weird synonym, but you get what I mean. Number 4, the entire state of the game. This one is a bit of a bigger one that contains many things, but also deals with the technical side of things. Bugs and glitches are common for many games. Some are more polished, others aren't. Hollow Knight, I'd say, handled the bug side of the game pretty well. Oh god. Get it? Nah, yeah, probably. Yeah. No. Its success has to live up to that. It has to come out of the shadow of its supreme and older brother, or sister, or family, or parent, or something, I don't know. It will probably be bigger, grander, more beautiful, and so on and so forth. The legacy has a lot to live up to. Maybe even too much. What if there are elements which are really boring? What if the new systems are annoying to people? What if the story is convoluted or the characters are uninteresting? All these points could be a potential damage source, and so Team Cherry is under immense pressure to deliver. So to end off this little video, I wanted to give an appeal to you people. If you love the series or have a few expectations, then that's okay, it's normal, you know, everybody does it with every game, especially with big series and stuff. But please don't go out demanding that the developers have to put this or that in the game just to please you. Don't make pressure on them even greater, because that could cause a new avalanche of problems the game will probably have inevitably. If everybody just keeps demanding more and more, you know. Keep your hopes up to a standard, or perhaps even to a minimum. Criticism is of course helpful and necessary. I don't say that you shouldn't criticize a game, or I should say that it has flaws or something. That's exactly what I'm doing here in this video. But don't blow the scale of a small team out of proportions and demand a AAA fantastic 100% perfect experience. Team Cherry are damn great, but they are still humans, you know, you get it. Now that's it for this video here. I think it probably has a few points of contention. You might discuss some other points. So just, you know, discuss in the comments what you maybe think are other problems the game could have, and or if you say no, you stupid dumb idiot, the game will have no problems. It's going to be perfect, and I'm going to love it and play it for 1300 hours, because that's probably what all of us are going to do. That's probably why you're here. And well, what else should I say? Just leave your things down in the comments below, and speak soon. Also, I'm still doing exams this week, so don't try to like put pressure on me. Okay, I'm trying. I'm writing an exam on Friday, this Friday, and then I'll be finished, and then I can focus more on this channel again. And I've got a few ideas, and even a bigger series planned, which might be a bit weird, but we're going to have to test it out. And I'll see you guys soon, or well, speak to you at least. I mean, we're probably not going to see ourselves, but you get the point. Speak soon, dear viewer.